Jack was stunned to discover that his fake university, created to trick his parents, had unexpectedly attracted hundreds of students. As he watched these students enter the school one by one, panic set in. What was supposed to be a harmless lie to his parents had grown into something much bigger, and this was undoubtedly bad news for Jack. At that moment, he realized the problem might be with the website, so he immediately rushed to find Nick to figure out what was going on. Nick explained that the website had a registration window left open. Jack finally understood where the issue lay, but now he was faced with an even bigger problem. Those students who had signed up had already paid millions of dollars in tuition. Faced with this enormous sum of money, Jack's friends suggested he run off with the money, but due to his family upbringing, Jack couldn't bring himself to do that. Instead, he decided to take bold action. He would dismiss all the students. However, when he gathered everyone to reveal the truth, a student in the crowd stood up excitedly and said that they and their family were so proud to have been accepted into this university. With the applause echoing, Jack suddenly understood how the students felt. So he decided to keep the truth hidden and launched into an impassioned speech. What was supposed to be the revelation of the truth turned into an opening ceremony, all because Jack saw how proud the parents were of their children. His mindset changed, and what had begun as an attempt to shut it all down became a speech that marked the start of something far bigger. The story started back when Jack received his report card. Upon seeing his grades, he began to think of ways to deceive his parents. He calculated that attending a 4-year college would cost $80,000, and he could easily earn that by working for 4 years. However, in his parents' eyes, only getting into a good university could guarantee a better future. At the graduation parents' meeting, Jack was criticized by other parents because his friend Nick had been accepted into a prestigious school, but he hadn't been admitted anywhere. Feeling resentful, Jack made a bold decision. This decision would ultimately lead to the creation of a century-old university in America. After returning home, Jack sat down at his computer and created a fake acceptance letter. This was the birth of South Harmon University. He then asked Nick for help in creating a fake website and sent the acceptance letter home. When he opened the letter in front of his parents and saw that he had been accepted, his father joyfully took out the tuition and even promised to take him to school himself. To make his parents believe the lie fully, Jack enlisted a few friends with similar stories. They took a trip to an abandoned hospital, which they cleaned and renovated. They were all ready to go. However, just as they were about to proceed, Jack's father suddenly called and requested to meet the principal. To convince his father, Nick and Jack found Jack's uncle, who had once been a teacher, to temporarily play the role of the principal. On the first day of school, they brought in a group of people to pretend to be university students. When Jack's parents arrived, everything before them seemed so real that they completely believed Jack had really gotten into college. After settling the luggage in the dorm, they met the principal. With some convincing from both Jack and the principal, Jack's parents left peacefully, reassured. But after they left, as a few people were playing games, they suddenly heard a knock at the door. When Jack opened it, he was greeted by a large crowd of students eager to enroll.